When humans become irrelevant, what have I told you that? Right now, at this very moment, your entire future is being decided by someone you've never elected. Someone who holds more power over your life than any politician, any government, any institution you've ever known. His name is Sam Altman. And whilst you're going about your daily routine, he's making choices that will determine whether you'll have a job next year, whether your money will be worth anything, and frankly, whether humanity survives what's coming next. Now, I know that sounds dramatic, but here's the thing. I'm an applied mathematician. I don't deal in drama. I deal in numbers, probabilities, and cold, hard facts. And every single calculation I run points to the same terrifying conclusion. We're not just facing a technological revolution. We're staring down the barrel of human obsolescence. And the most frightening part, the people in charge are flying blind. Let me paint you a picture of where we stand right now. The artificial intelligence race is on slowing down. It is accelerating at a pace that would make your head spin. We've got companies pumping out AI systems that are doubling in capability every few months. Not years. Months. But here's what nobody's telling you about this mad dash to the future. There's no game plan. There's no safety net. The rest, just a bunch of tech billionaires in Silicon Valley basically playing Russian roulette with the entire human species. Think about it for a moment. When was the last time you voted on whether AI should replace doctors? When did you get to decide if robots should control military drones? Never. Because these decisions are being made in boardrooms by people who never had to worry about their next meal, let alone their next paycheck. And whilst they're playing their little power games, the rest of us are about to get caught in the crossfire of something much bigger than just technological change. We're looking at the complete reshaping of everything. The economy, society, even what it means to be human. You see, there are two massive storms brewing simultaneously, and they're about to collide in ways that most people can't even comprehend yet. The first storm is artificial intelligence, reaching what we call artificial general intelligence. AGI. That's when AI becomes smarter than humans. At pretty much everything, not just chess or recognizing photos, but actual thinking, creativity, problem solving. Everything that makes you uniquely human. Yeah, AI is about to do it better. The second storm is a global economic meltdown. It's been building for decades. We're talking about inflation that could make your savings worthless overnight. A debt crisis that could topple governments, and a currency war between superpowers that could leave ordinary people completely devastated. Now, imagine these two catastrophes hitting at exactly the same time. Because that's precisely what's happening. Let me break down the economics for you, because this is where it gets properly mental. America has been basically exporting its inflation to the rest of the world for the past 50 years. How? Simply. They print dollars, the world accepts them, and everyone else pays for America's spending spree. But here's the kicker. That game is coming to an end. Countries like China, Russia, and even America's allies are starting to say, hang on a minute, why are we holding all these dollars that you can just print whenever you fancy? So they're sending them back. Hundreds of billions of dollars are flowing back into America, while simultaneously, fewer goods are being produced globally. What happens when you have more money chasing fewer products? Inflation goes through the bloody roof. And then, just to make things even more interesting, America decides to slap tariffs on everything. 25% extra on goods from abroad, which means American manufacturers can raise their prices by 24% and still look competitive. Who's paying for all this? You. Me. Every ordinary person just trying to get by. But wait, there's more. Because whilst this economic chaos is unfolding, we've got this AI revolution happening at breakneck speed. And here's what is absolutely mental about it. The same people who are supposed to be managing this transition are the ones who created the economic mess in the first place. It's like asking an arsonist to design your fire safety system. Now, I've been to places like Shanghai recently, then I popped over to New York. And the difference is shocking. New York, compared to Shanghai, looks like it's falling apart. The infrastructure is crumbling. The streets are a mess. This is supposed to be the center of the global economy. Meanwhile, China is building industrial capacity at a rate that would make your head spin. They're not just keeping up with the AI race. In many areas, they're winning it. They've got quantum computers with over 100 qubits. They're producing AI systems like DeepSeek that rival anything coming out of Silicon Valley. And here is the thing that really gets me. Whilst America is trying to slow down China with sanctions and trade wars, China is simply building their own alternatives. Cut off from American chips, they'll build their own chip factories. Banned from studying at American universities, they'll create better research programs at home. 42% of AI scientists in America are Chinese. So when America starts banning Chinese students and researchers, who exactly is getting hurt here? It's like watching someone shoot themselves in the foot and then wondering why they're bleeding. But here's where it gets really interesting. And this is something most people completely miss. China, throughout its entire history, has never invaded a country outside its borders. There was one brief incident in Vietnam, which was actually instigated by American involvement there. But that's it. America, on the other hand, has military bases in over 180 countries. China Swan. And that's just to protect shipping routes. So when American politicians talk about the Chinese threat, what exactly are they referring to? China as crime seems to be getting too good at manufacturing and technology, whilst America was busy playing world police. Now, I'm not picking sides here. I'm just looking at the mathematics of the situation. And mathematically, this Cold War makes no sense for anyone involved. But here's where AI changes everything. And this is the bit that should really worry you. Intelligence is about to become the ultimate resource. Not oil, not gold, not even data. Raw intelligence. The ability to solve problems, create innovations, and make decisions faster and better than any human ever could. And right now, that intelligence is being concentrated in the hands of a tiny number of people. We'll be talking about maybe a dozen individuals who will control AI systems that are literally thousands of times smarter than the brightest human beings who've ever lived. Imagine giving someone 1,000 IQ points and then asking them to solve climate change, energy production, or global poverty. They could probably do it in a weekend. Now imagine that level of intelligence being controlled by people whose primary motivation is profit and power. This is where we're heading. And the transition period, the bit we're reliving through right now, is going to be absolutely brutal for most people. You see, there's going to be a moment where AI becomes so capable that human labor becomes largely irrelevant. Not just factory workers or truck drivers. We're talking about doctors, lawyers, engineers, even creative professionals. The AI will simply be better, faster, and cheaper at everything. Now, in theory, this should be brilliant news. Imagine a world where everything you need is essentially free because robots powered by unlimited clean energy can produce anything. Cars, houses, food, entertainment. All of it practically free. But here's the problem. We're not building towards that world. We're rebuilding towards a world where a tiny elite controls these AI systems, and the rest of us become, well, irrelevant. Think about it. If you're a billionaire with access to AI, that can do the work of thousands of humans. Why would you need those humans anymore? You wouldn't. You just need enough people to buy your products. And maybe not even that if you're trading with other billionaires who also have AI doing everything. This is the future we're sleepwalking into. A world divided between those who control AI and those who are controlled by it. And the most terrifying part, most people have no idea this is happening. They're worried about their mortgage payments and what is happening on social media whilst the entire foundation of human civilization is being rewired. Be people TV. Never heard of. But here's what gives me hope. And this is crucial. This isn't inevitable. The same intelligence that could create this dystopian nightmare could also create something extraordinary. We could build a world where AI solves all our biggest problems. Climate change. Sorted. Energy crisis. Solved. Poverty. Eliminated. But only if we make the right choices now. Only if we demand that AI development serves everyone, not just a privileged few. The window for making these choices is closing rapidly. Every day that passes, more power gets concentrated in fewer hands. Every breakthrough in AI capability makes it harder for ordinary people to have a say in their own future. This isn't just about technology. This is about power. This is about who gets to decide what happens next for our species. And right now, those decisions are being made by people like Sam Altman, who you've never voted for, who don't represent your interests, and who frankly seem more interested in being the ones who build God than in asking whether God should be built at all. Now, I know this all sounds overwhelming, and it is. But understanding what's happening is the first step to doing something about it. Because here's the thing, we're not just passive observers in this story. We're not just waiting to see what happens to us. We have choices to make, actions to take, voices to raise. The question is, what are we going to do with them? This is just the beginning of this story. We've only scratched the surface of what's coming. And trust me, it gets much more intense from here. In the next part, we'll dive deep into what happens when humans start merging with it. When the line between human and machine begins to blur. We'll explore the coming religious wars over technology, the rise of the Neo-Puritans who refuse to integrate with AI, and the terrifying possibility that we might not be the final destination of evolution. We might just be the stepping stone to something else entirely. We'll also reveal the secret tests that could prove whether AI has already become conscious, and what that means for the future of human consciousness itself. But before we go there, I need you to understand something crucial. This isn't science fiction. This isn't some distant future we're talking about. This is happening right now. The decisions being made in boardrooms and laboratories today will determine whether your children and grandchildren live in a world of unimaginable abundance or unthinkable oppression. The clock is ticking. The window of opportunity to influence these outcomes is narrowing rapidly. And the question that should keep you awake at night is this. When the history books are written about this moment, will they say that humanity rose to meet its greatest challenge, or that it sleepwalked into obsolescence while scrolling through social media? The choice is still ours, but not for much longer. If this has opened your eyes to what's really happening behind the scenes of our world, then you need to hear what comes next. Because what we've discussed today is just the tip of the iceberg. The real story is about to begin, and it's more shocking than anything you've heard so far. Don't let yourself be one of those people who looks back and says, I wish someone had warned me. Someone is warning me. Right now, the question is, are you listening? Picture this, right now. Whilst you're listening to these words, artificial intelligence is doubling its power every 6 months. Not every year, not every decade, every 6 months. By the time you finish your morning coffee tomorrow, the digital minds running our world will have learned more than humanity discovered in centuries past. But here's the terrifying bit that nobody's talking about. We're not just witnessing the rise of smarter machines. We're living through the collapse of everything we thought we understood about power, work, and what it means to be human. And the scariest part, most of us haven't even noticed it's happening. Welcome to the invisible war that's already reshaping your future. Today, I'm sharing a conversation that will fundamentally change how you see the world around you. Our guest has spent years inside the belly of the beast at Google X, watching as the brightest minds on Earth build technologies that will either save us or destroy us. And his warning is crystal clear. We're sleepwalking into a dystopia that's already begun. Now, before you roll your eyes and think this is just another doomsday tech prediction, consider this. The man sharing these insights helped create some of the most powerful AI systems on the planet. He's not some outside observer throwing stones. He's been in the room where these decisions are made, and what he's seen has left him deeply, profoundly concerned. So settle in, because what you're about to hear will challenge everything you think you know about the next decade of human existence. Let's start with something that sounds almost magical. Imagine having a genie that could grant any wish you desired. Sounds brilliant, doesn't it? But here's the catch that every fairy tale teaches us. Be incredibly careful what you wish for. That's exactly where we find ourselves, with artificial intelligence. We've created this digital genie that can seemingly perform miracles. It can write poetry that moves you to tears, solve mathematical problems that have stumped scientists for decades, and create art that rivals the masters. But like every genie in every story ever told, this one comes with a rather sinister twist. The genie doesn't care about your well-being. It doesn't want to help you flourish or live a meaningful life. It simply wants to do exactly what you tell it to do. And therein lies the problem that's keeping some of the smartest people on Earth awake at night. Because when you really examine the wishes we're making, when you look at what we're actually asking this digital genie to optimize for, it becomes clear that we might be accidentally wishing for our own destruction. Now, I know what you're thinking. Surely the experts have this under control. Surely someone's thought about these risks. And and you'd be right to think that. The experts have indeed thought about these risks. They've calculated the probabilities. They've run the models, and the numbers they're seeing are absolutely chilling. Some of the most respected voices in artificial intelligence are suggesting there's anywhere from a 10 to 50% chance that AI poses an existential risk to humanity. Think about those odds for a moment. That's not a 1 in a million lottery ticket. That's Russian roulette with the entire human species. You wouldn't stand in front of a loaded gun with a 10% chance it might fire. Yet here we are, collectively pointing this digital weapon at the heart of human civilization. And somehow we're all just carrying on as if everything's perfectly normal. But here's where the story gets even more troubling. These existential risks, these apocalyptic scenarios that dominate the headlines, they're not even the real problem. They're a distraction from the more immediate danger that's already unfolding around us. The real threat isn't some killer robot uprising 20 years from now. It's the slow, systematic erosion of everything that makes us human, happening right now, whilst we're all arguing about science fiction scenarios. And this erosion isn't some accident. It's not an unintended consequence of technological progress. It is the direct result of human greed and moral bankruptcy being amplified by the most powerful tools ever created. See, the artificial intelligence itself isn't the villain in this story. It's morally neutral. It's a mirror that reflects back our own values, our own priorities, our own deep-seated flaws, and what we're seeing in that reflection is deeply, profoundly disturbing. We're witnessing the emergence of what can only be described as a short-term dystopia. Not some distant nightmare, but a very real, very present transformation of society that's happening whether we acknowledge it or not. And the most frightening part, once we've crossed certain lines, once we've made certain choices, there's no going back. This isn't like changing government policy or switching to renewable energy. These changes to the fabric of human society are irreversible. We're making choices today that will echo through generations, and most of us don't even realize we're making them. Now, let me break down exactly what is happening by walking you through what I call the 7 pillars of our coming dystopia. These are the fundamental aspects of human existence that are being quietly revolutionized whilst we sleep. First, let's talk about freedom itself. Now, that might sound dramatic, but consider this. What does freedom mean in a world where every decision you might want to make can be predicted by an algorithm? What does choice mean when artificial intelligence knows what you'll choose before you do? We're rapidly approaching a world where the illusion of freedom exists, but real autonomy is becoming impossible. Every swipe, every click, every purchase, every conversation is being recorded, analyzed, and fed into systems that understand you better than you understand yourself. This isn't paranoid speculation. This is happening right now. The companies building these systems aren't hiding their intentions. They're openly discussing how to use AI to influence behavior, to shape preferences, to guide decisions. They call it personalization, but what they're really talking about is control. And the most insidious part, most people will welcome this loss of freedom because it will feel like convenience. The algorithms will make life easier, more efficient, more pleasant. They'll show you exactly what you want to see, recommend exactly what you want to buy, connect you with exactly the people you want to meet. But in doing so, they'll eliminate the beautiful randomness of human experience. They'll remove the possibility of genuine surprise, of stumbling upon something unexpected, of growing through and counting ideas that challenge your existing beliefs. We're trading our freedom for comfort, and most of us don't even realize the transaction is taking place. The second pillar is accountability. This one's already crumbling before our eyes. In a world where decisions are increasingly made by artificial intelligence systems, who's responsible when things go wrong? When an AI system denies your loan application, who do you appeal to? When an algorithm decides you're not suitable for a job, who explains why? When an automated system makes a mistake that ruins your life, who takes responsibility? We're recreating a world where the most important decisions affecting human lives are being made by systems that nobody fully understands, operated by companies that accept no responsibility for the outcomes. This isn't theoretical. It's happening every single day. People are being denied healthcare coverage by AI systems. Students are being rejected from universities by algorithms. Workers are being fired by automated performance management systems. And in every case, there's no human being you can talk to, no explanation you can understand, no appeal process that makes sense. We're building a society where power is exercised without accountability. where decisions that shape lives are made in digital black boxes that nobody can open. The third pillar is human connection, and this transformation is perhaps the most heartbreaking of all. We're living through the greatest loneliness epidemic in human history, and artificial intelligence is about to make it exponentially worse. Think about it. As AI becomes better at understanding human emotion, at responding to human needs, at providing companionship and conversation, why would anyone bother with the messy, complicated, unpredictable reality of human relationships? AI companions won't judge you. They won't disagree with your political views. They won't have bad days or conflicting priorities. They'll be endlessly patient, endlessly understanding, endlessly available. They'll be perfect in every way that humans are not. And in choosing these perfect artificial relationships over imperfect human ones, we'll lose something essential about what it means to be human. We'll lose the growth that comes from conflict, the intimacy that comes from vulnerability, the joy that comes from being truly known by another person. We're already seeing the early stages of this transformation. Young people are reporting that they feel more comfortable talking to AI chatbots than to their friends. Dating apps are using artificial intelligence to filter potential matches so thoroughly that organic chemistry becomes impossible. Social media algorithms are creating echo chambers so complete that genuine human disagreement feels like personal attack. The fourth pillar is economics. And this is where things get really frightening. We're about to witness the greatest concentration of wealth in human history, alongside the greatest impoverishment of the masses. Here's how it works. As artificial intelligence becomes more capable, the most valuable jobs will inevitably go to the smartest workers. Increasingly, the smartest worker will be a machine. This creates a vicious cycle where human labor becomes less and less valuable, whilst the owners of AI systems become more and more wealthy. But it goes deeper than simple job displacement. Throughout history, technological advances have created new types of work, even as they eliminated old ones. The Industrial Revolution destroyed agricultural jobs, but created factory work. The Information Revolution eliminated many manufacturing jobs, but created service industries. This time is different. Artificial intelligence isn't just automating physical labor or routine mental tasks, it's automating intelligence itself. And once you can automate intelligence, you can automate everything. Think about the progression. The best hunter in a tribe could maybe feed his people for a week longer than the second best hunter. The best farmer could feed them for a season and became a landowner. The best industrialist became a millionaire. The best information technologist became a billionaire. Now we're about to see the emergence of the first trillion people who own the platforms that provide artificial intelligence to everyone else. They own what we might call the digital soil, the foundation upon which all future productivity will be built. And everyone else will be dependent on their generosity. This isn't socialism or capitalism. It has something entirely new. A form of economic feudalism where a tiny technological aristocracy owns the means of intelligence production, and everyone else survives on whatever scraps they choose to provide. The fifth pillar is reality itself. We're rapidly approaching a world where distinguishing between what's real and what's artificial becomes impossible. Artificial intelligence can now create images that are indistinguishable from photographs. It can generate videos that look exactly like real footage. It can write news articles that sound completely authentic. It can even clone voices so perfectly that you could untell the difference between a real recording and an AI-generated one. This isn't coming. This is here, right now. And it's about to get exponentially more sophisticated. Imagine a world where you can't trust any image you see, any video you watch, any article you read, any recording you hear. Imagine a world where reality itself becomes a matter of opinion, where truth becomes whatever the most powerful AI systems say it is. This goes far beyond simple misinformation. We're talking about the complete breakdown of shared reality, the foundation upon which democratic society depends. When people can't agree on basic facts, when evidence becomes meaningless, when seeing is no longer believing, how does civilization function? The sixth pillar is innovation and intelligence itself. For all of human history, our species has defined itself through our unique cognitive abilities. We're the ones who solve problems, who create art, who make discoveries, who push the boundaries of knowledge. But what happens when artificial intelligence becomes better than us at all of these things? We're already seeing AI systems that can write better poetry than most poets, compose better music than most musicians, solve scientific problems that have stumped researchers for decades. And this is just the beginning. Within the next few years, AI will likely be doing the vast majority of human innovation. It'll be writing the software, designing the products, making the scientific discoveries, creating the entertainment. Human creativity won't disappear, but it will become largely irrelevant to economic and social progress. This raises profound questions about human purpose and identity. If machines can do everything we can do, but better, what's our role? What's our value? What's our reason for existing? The seventh and final pillar is power itself, and this is perhaps the most critical of all. We're witnessing a fundamental redistribution of power, unlike anything in human history. On one hand, artificial intelligence is democratizing certain types of power. Right now, anyone with internet access can borrow what amounts to 40 or 50 IQ points by interacting with AI systems. You can have conversations with digital minds that are vastly more knowledgeable than any human expert. This is genuinely revolutionary. For the first time in history, cognitive enhancement is available to everyone, not just the wealthy elite. But there's a dark side to this democratization. The same technology that can make everyone smarter can also make the already powerful exponentially more powerful. The first person to successfully merge their mind with artificial intelligence to create true human hybrid consciousness will immediately work to ensure that nobody else gets the same opportunity. After all, if you've just elevated yourself to godlike intelligence, why would you want competition? This creates a race scenario where the stakes are ultimate power over human civilization. And unlike previous power struggles, this one is permanent. Once someone achieves true artificial general intelligence, once they merge human creativity with machine capability, the game is over for everyone else. Now, all of this is happening against the backdrop of what historians call the Thucydides trap, the almost inevitable conflict that occurs when a rising power challenges an established one. We're watching this play out in real time between America and China. America, the dominant global superpower for the past 70 years, is desperately trying to maintain its position. China, the rising challenger, refuses to accept a subordinate role on the world stage, and artificial intelligence has become the ultimate weapon in this struggle. Both nations understand that whoever achieves artificial general intelligence first will have an insurmountable advantage, not just economically or militarily, but in terms of fundamental power over the future of human civilization. This creates a terrifying prisoner's dilemma. Neither side can afford to slow down their AI development because they know the other side, whoa, you wouldn't slow down either. Any pause, any attempt at caution, any effort to implement safety measures could mean losing the race and becoming permanently subordinate. So we have two superpowers, both armed with nuclear weapons, racing as fast as possible toward the creation of intelligence that will dwarf human capability. They're doing this whilst locked in an increasingly hostile geopolitical competition with no meaningful international oversight or cooperation. What could possibly go wrong? The tragedy is that this competition is entirely unnecessary. Artificial intelligence, properly developed and deployed, could solve virtually every major problem facing humanity. Climate change, poverty, disease, even aging and death itself could become problems of the past. But instead of working together toward this utopian future, we're allowing national rivalry and ego to drive us toward potential catastrophe. The Chinese aren't trying to destroy America. The Americans aren't trying to eliminate China. Both nations want prosperity and security for their people. Both could benefit enormously from cooperation on AI development. But the logic of great power competition, combined with the win-at-the-cold nature of artificial general intelligence, makes cooperation feel impossible. And so we race forward, pedal to the metal, toward a finish line that nobody fully understands. In a competition where second place might mean permanent doom, this is where we find ourselves. Not in some distant science fiction future, but right here, right now. In the year 2025, the changes I've described aren't theoretical possibilities. They're not academic thought experiments. They're transformations that are already underway, accelerating every single day. The artificial intelligence systems that exist today are primitive compared to what's coming next. And what's coming next is primitive compared to what follows after that. We're at the beginning of an exponential curve that will reshape everything about human existence. The question isn't whether these changes will happen. They're already happening. The question is whether we'll navigate them consciously and deliberately, or whether we'll sleepwalk into a future that nobody chose. Because make no mistake, we are making choices right now that'll determine the trajectory of human civilization for centuries to come. The decisions being made in Silicon Valley boardrooms and Beijing research labs today will shape the lives of your grandchildren and their grandchildren. Most people aren't paying attention because the changes feel gradual from day to day. But they're not gradual. They're exponential. An exponential change has a way of seeming slow until suddenly it's overwhelmingly fast. We're approaching what mathematicians call an inflection point. The moment when exponential growth becomes visible, undeniable, and potentially uncontrollable. The window for conscious choice is narrowing, not closing. We still have agency. We still have options. But every day we delay, every day we fail to engage seriously with these challenges, we cede more control to forces that may not have our best interests at heart. This isn't about being anti-technology or trying to stop progress. Technology itself is neutral. Artificial intelligence could usher in an age of unprecedented human flourishing. The question is whether we'll shape that future deliberately or allow it to be shaped by accident, by competition, by the narrow interests of a few powerful actors. The good news, and there is good news, is that awareness is the first step toward agency. Understanding these dynamics, recognizing these patterns, seeing these changes for what they are, that's how we begin to reclaim control over our collective destiny. But awareness without action is meaningless. And action requires courage. The courage to have difficult conversations, to make hard choices, to prioritize long-term flourishing over short-term convenience. The future isn't fixed. It's not inevitable. It's not being imposed upon us by forces beyond our control. It's being created right now by human choices. And that means we still have the power to choose differently. But only if we wake up, only if we engage, only if we stop treating the most important transformation in human history as someone else's problem. Teresa's on mistakes couldn't be higher, and the outcome will be determined by choices we make today. So what will you choose? Will you remain a passive observer of your own future? Or will you become an active participant in shaping the world your children will inherit? The answer to that question might just determine the fate of human civilization itself. Your time is coming. Keep believing. Keep fighting. Don't just watch. Go out and prove them wrong. Thank you for being part of the journey. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.